Alright, so here I am again on YouTube, and I'm doing that thing where I am streaming on multiple platforms and did not set up my Twitch channel before I did this like I should have. Nice. And temporarily getting distracted by, all the little Google blurb things that pop up. Let's pop onto Twitch official site. Go to my page, creator dashboard, and do this quick. Edit stream info, and just change the title. Alright. Video practice with Mark Burnett. So if you don't know who Mark Burnett is, he teaches a digital online course. He's great at producing videos for art exercises and how to improve as an artist. And this guy, really, I wish I would have had his career trajectory when it came to going into game design. Like, this is what I wanted to do. It was what he did, where he just practiced digitally, he developed the skill set on his own independently, and then he applied. Whereas I went to college and racked up a shit ton of debt and increased that debt by using some of the money in order to pay for my home mortgage, and got hopelessly stressed out by studying far more than I actually needed to, because I didn't just study the digital art that I wanted. I studied animation and character design and programming and business setup, and had to take psychology courses and English classes and every other general elective that comes with college, and got so stressed out and burnt out with my undiagnosed autism that it really pushed everything that I was already dealing with and made it so much worse. And then personal drama came about as a result of it, deteriorated my mental health, deteriorated my marriage in a major capacity. So much more harm than good. Let's go ahead and get that on Twitch. But sure. Well, let's take romantasy off of that. And boom, there we are on Twitch now. Not streaming yet. Let's start off. Boom. There we are on Twitch now. So I can go ahead and close that out. Put that up here. Alright, so as I was saying to YouTube, because I stagger my stuff a little bit, this is Mark Burnett. Awesome artist who went the route that I wish that I would have gone professionally speaking, where he just got the tools, taught himself, developed the skill set, and then worked for Activision for a while, and is really responsible for the art direction that you see in Overwatch. Incredible artist, great teacher and instructor, and he does these learn to draw in 30 days exercises. And every once in a while, when I start kicking myself in the ass to practice again, I will go through these exercises like I'm about to do and work on filling out my sketchbook. I have started in my sketch diary so many times where I try to commit to practicing in that book every single day, and I don't keep up with it. I get distracted way too easily. I get pulled off. I got too many irons in the fire, too many things going on at any given time, especially with trying to create a novel and trying to find a job and stressing out about my marriage and everything else. It's hard to be productive. It's hard to take care of myself most days. And even right now, I'm rushed between things. I've got laundry going upstairs in the laundry room because I've been way behind on that, because I haven't wanted to spend money on that because finances are that rough. I'm trying to market my book every single day, which if you look in the video description on Kick or on Twitch, it's available. Please click on it. It's the best thing that I've written and published. It's the second thing that I've written and published, but it's the best thing that I've written and published, so please check that out. If you're on YouTube and you're watching this, it's Drowning the Lonely Isle on Amazon. It's available on Kindle Unlimited for now. To do a promotion that's going to knock some off the price. Right now I'm more interested in getting people to read it than I am in actually getting it to sell. I need readers. I need reviews. I need positive reviews, so it can gain legs and start to actually generate an actual income for myself. Based on my sales last month, in another 2 months, I should be getting a whole $20 for it, for what I've done. Eventually, I want to get it in an audiobook and all that fun stuff. But yeah, enough about me, enough about my tragic circumstances and how I wish I would have done what this guy did, and this is what I wanted to do, and this is what I tried to do, and this is what I set up to fucking do, but instead I decided to listen to my wife and argue and bicker with her about shit and made the poor fucking decision of going to college, even though I didn't want to, just to prove to her that I was committed to this path that I was on, and it only resulted in her just tearing me apart and ripping my self-esteem to fucking shreds because she was upset about other stuff, and she's got, yeah, anyways. Enough whining. Let's get to it. So hopefully this doesn't get flagged or blocked. There's a good chance this will not be available in the future because I'm using somebody else's content in order to generate my own content. But
30 days, I'll show you step by step how to draw.
Yeah, nice man. So I'll be doing some of the exercises, seeing what he suggests, because every time he does this, they're a little bit different. He's always updating his lessons, his tutorials. I would encourage everybody to buy his service. I don't, because my ass is broke. But this guy is most definitely appreciated. Like I said, I really wish I would have done what he did. Yeah. So, enough of that. Let's get into it. I am going to have to go up and change out my laundry in like 10 minutes. And then I'm not going to have much time after that because I got to get my dog to the vet. She's been sick for a while. Again, please buy my book. I read my book at the very least. I need the sales. I need the traffic. Yeah, let's get into it.
3 years ago, I posted this video and it really took off since so many artists used it to build a good foundation, setting them up for success, and the feedback has been great overall. But there was a lot I thought I could have done better, so this is where this video comes in. You see, I've perfected the 30 exercises that I'll demo for you today. 30 carefully crafted exercises to take you from 0 to good enough to impress most people. I've redesigned most of.
So, quick blurb. Normally, I have been doing this in my sketchbook, like I said. Like, I'll pick up his lessons and I'll start doing it, so I have my own personal journal on it. But working on the cover art for the book, I'm doing more digital stuff, so that it's there digitally. I don't have the scanner that I once had or anything, so I am working on perfecting my digital art. And since I'm doing it digitally, that means that I can share screen and I can stream and I can make content with this. So that's what we're doing right now. So
the exercises from scratch to be more fun and paced in a more natural transition from easy to hard, ultimately delivering more results in the same 30 days. So if you're up for the challenge, let's get started with day number 1.
Hold up! Wait a minute!
Well, actually, before you attempt the first exercise, it's important we start with a little test so you have like a starting point to compare back to once you've completed the 30-day challenge. Like a clear way to see your progress. I guarantee this will be 100% worth it, so before you do anything, your first task will be to draw a skull. This one, in under 10 minutes. And only once you've done that, or rather attempted to do that, and possibly failed, then you'll be ready to move on to day 1.
All right. So,
skull.
Too far.
This one.
Bam. All right. Looks like his. This is actually kind of funny. When I was in college, I had a class, a test, like a final for one of my art classes where we had to draw a skull from an image. And I was late for class. Not my fault, totally the wife's fault. She even came in to apologize for it, and the teacher kind of cursed me out a little bit for showing up late for the class and interrupting everything with just how I came in. And I sat down and I nailed it out, and he was so pissed because I actually did a good job, despite being late. Now this is a little different. That was on paper. Little warning, a little note, I gotta free up space on my computer. Ridge in there. So I don't expect to be as good as what I did then. And sadly, I had that on my fridge forever and let it get all crinkly and old as the paper aged, because that was over 15 years ago. Just a reminder of what I could have done, could have been, could have accomplished. And wound up throwing that away because I didn't want to cling to the past. I wanted to move on, because that's what the whole point of moving after my cousin fucking stole from me and made me lose my goddamn mind. Even though I told him the whole time he was with us, like, I'm under a lot of fucking pressure. I don't need your bullshit being added to my life. And sure enough, he did. And my wife couldn't deal with it anymore and fucking left. Yeah. And I was happy before then. I was genuinely the fuck happy. Like, I had reached a point of acceptance with where my life was, and everything was fine. Not really realizing how things were shifting behind the scenes. I had a sense, but I had made peace, and I was good. And then Tommy came along and blew shit the fuck up, and destroyed the equilibrium, the peace that I had managed to create for myself. And I knew what he was doing the whole time. I could have called him out. I could have I could have confronted him on it, but it feels like in my marriage I've had to accept a lot of shit in order to make my wife happy. I've had to let people fucking step all over me in order to fit her ideal, in order to make her comfortable. And I'm not trying to blame my wife or anything, but she doesn't really seem to understand. Like, for a long time, I felt ashamed of all the rage that I had, and I had to mask my stuff in order to hide stuff from her. And I was always afraid if she ever saw just, how dark my soul really got, how angry I really was at things if I didn't try to keep things in check, she would leave me. Sure enough. No one will bring out the worst in you quite like family does. And I couldn't keep it in anymore. I couldn't take it, because I've been stolen from. I've lived with an addict and a crackhead before. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be timing this shit. See, I got a timer up here. Maybe I should just start the whole thing over, since I've warmed up and I've gotten some practice on it. Oh, it looks so sad and closed in, and yeah, proportions are tough. It's not awful, but this is definitely not great. Yeah, I didn't draw that out wide enough. I see what's going on. But, yeah. So, it's kind of life stresses getting to me a little bit. Did not sleep too well last night or the night before. Which is weird. Normally, I if I'm not sleeping well, it's because I'm having anger issues, but this is just my mind not turning off. Not really angry, but more just upset, kind of picking at myself. And it's poor mental conditioning, where I've spent a lot of time rooting throughout my life. So my subconscious is like, oh, you want to think about miserable shit? I can think of miserable shit. And so I do. And then I don't sleep. So the angle that I'm working at is a little bit weird, because you see how I'm sitting up instead of over and down on it like you would normally with a piece of paper. So this has got more of a easel type of slant to it. I'll show you, but my camera is on my computer. Even though it's a laptop, I don't feel like moving the whole thing around, because it's a delicate network of cords that I got going on. If you've been watching my channel for a while now, you know, this has been one of the worst fucking years of my life. This is the worst year of my life by far. And this is all just, yeah, there's laundry. From not being attentive enough to my wife and not letting her know how much I care and not going on vacation with her because I was more interested in saving money so I could actually pay off my student loans that I've been trying to do for years. Or not fixing my house because I've been too busy trying to save up, trying to pay my stupid fucking student loans. So, yeah, that's my alarm. I gotta go grab my laundry. I will be back. Stay tuned, folks. Let's see, where am I leaving? 12:50. Okay. Hi, Lou. Hi, baby Lou. All right. Where was I? Oh, that's right. Drawing Yorick and bitching about my life. Yeah. So, and you know, what really has been eating me up about the whole thing of trying to help my homeless cousin, my homeless addict cousin, and give him space in my home and let him take my office space, like where I was working and shit, and all of that. I did it to help him. I did it to help his mom. I did it to help myself because I thought maybe if I can get him on his feet again, if I can help him get his life in order, then I can have a relationship with my cousin again because he was my closest family member. You know, closer than I am to my siblings, closer than I am to my dad, closer than I am to any other biological relation. And he just blew up my life and fucked me the fuck over. And I called him out on it, and I was angry, but I was giving him an opportunity to make right, to be honest, to man up about the shit, and he just verbally attacked me the same way any narcissist does when you call them out on their shit and you refuse to play their fucking game. And like I said, I was trying to help out his mom so that she wouldn't have to worry about her kid being on the street anymore and worried about where he was at and, you know, help him to find a job and get a place and give him an in-between and get him out of the cold and all of this. And as a result, she wound up telling me, we are not family anymore. So someone who was like a second mother to me, someone who I you know, cared about despite them never actually giving a fuck about me unless it somehow benefited them. Yeah, I get outed from my family. I get cussed out. I get told I'm not family. Again, because I just wasn't going to listen to her. Poor me. I'm the victim in all of this bullshit. Any the fuck more. Because, you know, narcissistic parents tend to produce narcissistic kids, and I'm so tired of that term, narcissist. I actually started a short story last night, which is telling the story of narcissist in its completion, or narcissist. Because narcissist wasn't a narcissist. Not according to the myth. I mean, someone who goes off by himself in order to contemplate his own image, that's not a narcissist. A narcissist doesn't use still waters of a lake in order to evaluate themselves. Instead, they use other people and turn them into their mirrors to evaluate them. And if those people dare to actually look at them accurately, clearly, that is to say, with still waters, then that narcissist will get mad as hell, because the narcissist doesn't want to be seen for who they really are. They want to be seen for who they're pretending to be. Like, they want to avoid themselves. And they'll do it with any kind of distraction and addiction and noise and activity and false praise to feed the ego that they possibly can, because that utterly honest observation of self fucking kills them. So I got another 12 and a half minutes on my timer before I gotta end this. And I'm just seeing how much I can do. I think I'm going to take my time, more than 10 minutes, I think. This will be my whole warm-up exercise today. Again, this is Mark Burnett that we're looking at here on this other screen. And this is not, it's not great. It's not great. It's not awful. I could definitely do worse. But I want to practice to the point where I'm definitely doing better on this. So yeah, rough day. Rough day. Just, you know, like I said, didn't sleep too well. Couldn't sleep last night. So I woke up and I wrote the preamble to my short story, my rewrite of the narcissist myth. Try and put him in a better light. Because there's a big difference between the narcissist that we read about in Greek mythology and what it is defined as today. Because a narcissist is a child. It's someone where a portion of their brain, the empathetic region, never really formed. They've got insecurity. And it's hard to spot a narcissist, like a true narcissist sometimes, because everybody's met one. Everybody's been influenced by them at some point in their lives. And then they react to it. And the more time you spend with a narcissist, the more you're going to act like a narcissist yourself, just as a coping mechanism, as a survival, as a way of keeping from being completely overshadowed by them. And humans have got this really weird habit. It's sad, really, but when we experience something that we don't understand because it is so toxic and it's so vile at its core, we tend to experiment with it. So, and it's sad that so often people are more likely to reenact horrible things that they experience as opposed to the positive things that they experience. It'd be great if that was the opposite. But unfortunately, people tend to treat the world the way they feel they've been treated by it, and feel, that's an important term there, because it's not logical in the slightest bit. What's this? Recently did a post on Facebook, copied and shared one that someone in my friend group had posted about cancer and morphine, and how, you know, when they say there's nothing to do but just, you know, rest and die, basically. And a buddy of mine who lost his mother to cancer was saying like I can't copy and paste yours the way you posted it. She's like, who's got cancer? And I said my mother-in-law. Said that sucks, and mentioned, it's too bad the cancer is still alive though, because his name is Joe. Joe is the name of her cancer. It was pancreatic cancer, but they say pancreatic cancer has to do with the sweetness of life. And when she was sick, he just abused the fuck out of her. He didn't take care of her. He didn't help her. He didn't do anything for her. And my own wife, like, she projects every fucking thing that asshole has fucking put her through and put her mom through onto me. Like, after her mother died, less than a week, probably even at her funeral, he was saying, like, well, I guess I gotta get another wife. He's been talking about how he's gonna get another wife and it's gonna be a better wife. After listening to him ramble on about that, she came home and screamed at me, you are never going to find a better wife than me. Like, I know this, of course. And then, doesn't want to be with me because she's convinced if she gets sick, if she gets cancer, I'm not going to take care of her the same way her father did not take care of his wife. So, I mean, everything. I mean, the whole fighting about getting a computer, which is all I fucking needed, and art program and all this stuff in order to pursue, like, the art and follow, like, what Mark Burnett here did as far as career trajectory, was all based on her own childhood trauma with her father, on him being a fucking disgusting-ass porn addict. Who, by the way, since we're separated, that's the motherfucker she's living with now. Like, that's the fucked up thing. And this dude used to, like, yell and curse at his wife on a regular basis. Like, every time I'd be out with him, he would be yelling at her or, like, raising a hand like he was going to hit her and shit. Like, just vile, toxic motherfucker. And I would call him out. Like, Joe, you shouldn't talk to her like that. She is so good to you. How dare you fucking treat her like that? And his response would be like, well, let's wait until you've been married 20 years. And then, sure enough, my wife and I hit 20 years, and she can't take my shit anymore, and of all people goes and lives with this fucking son of a bitch. And that's who she's staying with. The same person who, all the trauma, all the dumb fights, everything that I've been blamed for in our relationship that I've never done, all the false accusations I've had to deal with, have all been like her own trauma of dealing with his shit. And, that's who she's staying with. And it's incredibly messed up. It's incredibly messed up. And I pray every day she's going to get the clarity to actually see him for who he is. And I think deep down she does, but she can't face it. She can't deal with it. So she just has to stay high, stay busy, stay moving all the time. I don't think my wife is a true narcissist. I think she's raised by a narcissist and she uses a lot of his... God, that's so misshapen. How much more time do I got on this? Like, what, 5 minutes? Do a total of a 30-minute stream on this one? Sorry, this buddy of mine just keeps... Oh, he doesn't know. Like another 3 minutes. Let's just do a quick gesture on this. I think she's starting to figure it out. I think she's slowly starting to realize. I mean, she keeps saying things like, my dad is so funny, and then reveals some awful fucking shit that just makes me lose even more respect for this son of a bitch. Because he is. He's just such a piece of shit. toxic fucking abusive piece of shit who does not deserve the long life that he's had. It's a coward who ran from the fucking battlefield. Who wants to be rewarded and praised as a vet. Ran from the battlefield, became a computer tech in Nam, and then still needs to bother and harass his kids in order to help him with his computer now. She doesn't actually know a fucking thing. Some of his own grandkids don't want to spend time with him. It was the saddest thing ever when her mother passed away and she said, well, I guess I have to honor her by taking care of my dad now. And that just hurt me because, like, I saw all of this coming. Because he's a fucking cancer. He's what my mother-in-law died from. Because she could have continued with the medical care, but she didn't want to. And it wasn't because she wasn't strong enough to deal with the medical shit. She wasn't strong enough to deal with his harassment and his toxic crap while she was in a weakened state like that. Because he just used it as a means of torturing her even more. And if she was alive, our marriage would be solid. You know, we wouldn't be in the condition that we're in right now. Things would be good. I would actually have gone to family events because I wouldn't have to deal with his ass any the fuck more. The family's got trauma, and it's because of an asshole like him. Alright, so clearly still having issues with proportions and scale and all that stuff, but I feel good. I feel good that I actually practiced something. This was a nice little intro. It's kind of sad, but I need to work more on it. But yeah, I got a minute left on the timer. Really, I should get Lou packed up, get her in the truck, and start driving out to the vet's office because she has been bleeding when she pees. So, wish me best of luck in that respect. Hopefully it won't cost me too much to get her checked out and get her healthy. Peace out, people. Thank you. Hopefully I'll be back later, either doing art practice like this or writing. I have to write. I really want to finish the chapter that I'm on today. So, peace out, people. Stop on that.